Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Hall. You may call me Dr. Kennard. This is the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. Imagine for a minute we're in a two-party system. One of the parties, they have no real policy. They have no good arguments. So what are they left doing? How can they win elections if they don't have real policy, if they don't have good arguments? Well, this is what happens, everyone. They pick fights with Big Bird. This is not some dystopian world. Well, maybe this is a dystopian world. Maybe this is a dystopian world. But this is what happens when you have a political party unmoored from reality. You have to start picking fights with Muppets, with Big Bird. It's all horribly true. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's all the links to the stories are in the description in case you want to read more. Don't take my word for the insanity that's going on. This is well documented. So, Big Bird. Big Bird got vaccinated against COVID-19. And for some reason, that's drawing outrage from Republicans. Microphone, we know why. We know why it's drawing outrage from Republicans, because as we just mentioned, they're a party that really has nothing to cling on to besides rage, besides white rage, besides anti-science rage, pro-stupid rage. Is that even real? I don't know. Let's go on to the story, everyone. Big Bird ruffled some conservatives' feathers this weekend by announcing that he had been vaccinated against COVID-19. The beloved Muppet tweeted on Saturday that he had gotten the shot, which is newly available for Americans ages 5 and 11. Big Bird has been a fixture of children's television since 1969, but is officially 6 years old. I can't do Big Bird's voice, everyone. I'm sorry. My wing is feeling a little sore. It'll give my body an extra protective boost that keeps me and others healthy, he wrote. Now, you would think this is a positive message, right? To help kids not be afraid of getting the jab. Basic public health stuff. To tell you the truth, there should have been messages like that for adults using celebrities and sports stars. Major notables. Really didn't happen. It would have been good policy. It would have been a good, campaign. Let's go on to the next slide. Twitter user sounded off in the comments, with many thanking the character for doing his part to keep Sesame Street safe and set a positive example for kids. President Biden and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky were among those who offered their thanks and praise. Others were not as appreciative. Senator Ted Cruz, of course, Republican from Texas, decried Big Bird's tweet as government propaganda. I wonder if Ted Cruz tweets against gravity whenever NASA shoots up a rocket, right? Is it government propaganda to want to have clean air and water? It is anything that the Republicans can get their idiot base to get agitated about. That's what they're interested in doing. Fox News contributor Lisa Booth accused the Muppet of brainwashing children, while Newsmax host and former Trump's advisor Steve Cortes slammed the announcement as evil propaganda. These are the same people who want you to believe that the Earth was created 10,000 years ago. These are the same people who think windmills cause cancer. And they're going after Big Bird for trying to keep kids safe and healthy. Both made false claims that children are not at risk of COVID-19. Oh, my friends, we covered this story a number of times about kids going into hospitals because they got COVID-19. Sure, the incident rate for children are less than adults of having to go into the hospital, getting critically ill, but it does happen. It does happen. While most children infected with the virus exhibit only mild symptoms, experts say vaccines can prevent many infections and hospitalizations, as well as disruptions to schooling. Other commenters denounced Big Bird, as a puppet, literally, and communist. Laverne Spicer, a congressional candidate in Florida, of course, wrote that Big Bird and Elmo are at least a step up from Dr. Anthony Fauci, but using them to push the drug is just reprehensible nonetheless. Republicans, everyone, just making your dystopian future dreams a reality now. I'm going to check out the chat and see how everyone's doing. Hope you're all doing well today. Big Bird. Big Bird does not need Twitter to tweet. This is true. But his message does get amplified through the Twitter tubes, right? Aaron Rodgers, man. 420. God bless Big Bird, indeed. 420. All right, checking out. However, did you read my little post this morning? I took a shot at critical race theory and confused. It's satire. It's about a white couple who say that critical race theory gave them a black baby. I think it's funny. A couple of good zingers in there, everyone. Good morning, Simply Secular Dave. I hope you're doing well. Tobin Templeman, Grand Farmer, Tesla Ranger. Yeah, Ted Cruz is one of those guys who just runs his mouth a lot until, it's easy to run your mouth against a fictitious character, right? Against a guy in a bird suit, just trying to keep kids healthy. See you all. Good morning, Black Female Atheist. Hope you're doing okay. John Hudson. Well, this is it. Cancun Cruz, right? Ted Cancun Cruz. He he might have to go to Cancun to help him in bad weather. That's right. Because as you all remember, when the electrical grid shit the bed in Texas, Ted Cruz was heading off to Cancun for vacation. Vote Big Bird. I think that would be an awesome campaign. I would vote for Big Bird. What's up, Derek Cruz? Good to see you here, Bonnie. Morning. Jess M. MC Fractal. Hey, what's up, Troy? Like any extent, exactly. Thank you. Tesla Ranger. Ted can't tell you how to get to Sesame Street, but he can tell you how to fly to Cancun. Very nice, very nice. Nice burn from Big Bird on Ted Cruz. Oh, MC Fractal, you're totally on base with that. The like button is in dire need of being clicked on. That would be nice. Well, this is true. Tesla Ranger, you raise a good point. Did you see the clip? There was a clip going around about Big Bird trying to get kids not to be afraid of their measles shots, right? I mean, Big Bird's been in the public health business for quite a while. All right. Gonna drink a little bit of my coffee. What's the next story that we're going to? The next story. Biden administration will undo rule allowing religious bigotry by taxpayer-funded groups. There's a lot of, what's Joe Biden doing for the country talk amongst liberals and progressives. He's not a perfect president. We don't live in a perfect political system. I dislike being an apologist for Joe Biden at times, but this is a bright ray of sunshine. Oh, besides the infrastructure bill being voted on the House and going to his office, he just has to sign it now for it to be law. That's how I understand it. But we're not talking about infrastructure. We're talking about discrimination by religious groups that have contracts with the U.S. government. We're also going to be talking about Donald J. Trump and his horrible administration. And is Antonin Scalia's kid somehow embroiled in this story? Oh, yes. It turns out the racist apple doesn't fall far from the fascist tree. Let's do this thing. Once again, Biden administration will undo rule allowing religious bigotry by taxpayer-funded groups. From Hemant Mehta, the friendly atheist links in below. Nearly a year ago, during the Trump administration's lame duck session, they did something to appease their Christian right base one last time. And today, which was yesterday, the Biden administration finally took the necessary step to reverse that. The U.S. government gives money to a number of groups for contract work, but since 1965, any company receiving that federal money can't discriminate against the people it hires. The only exception was religious nonprofit groups that got money to do secular work, which they shouldn't have, but that's a whole nother topic. They could set their own faith-based rules when it came to hiring. That makes sense, right? No, it doesn't. But the Trump administration decided to make it worse. But last December, the Department of Secretary of Labor, Secretary Eugene Scalia, son of the late Supreme Court Justice, instituted new regulations that would allow religious discrimination on those federally funded workplaces, even if we weren't talking about a religious nonprofit. So theoretically, if a Christian man who ran a for-profit cleaning company and received a federal contract, he could fire or refuse to hire Jews, get rid of workers who got pregnant out of wedlock, or kick out trans employees, all under the umbrella of religious freedom. Because we all know that religious freedom in the United States of America is really just a buzzword. It's just code for fascism. That's all it is. Among other things, the new rules broadened the definition of what a religious contractor meant, gave more people the ability to discriminate against employees for dubious reasons, and raised the bar for the U.S. government to take action if someone was supposedly fired for illegal reasons. Good job, Donald J. Trump. Slate's Mark Joseph Stern explained that the changes would essentially eliminate executive protections for millions of employees in the U.S., and that's hardly an exaggeration. The government gives out roughly $560 billion worth of federal contracts, which involved over 4 million employees. Many of them were now vulnerable to their employers' whims. But today, the Biden administration Department of Labor proposed a change to undo all that. American atheists applauded the reversal. This is from the American Atheist. We applaud the Biden administration for restoring workers' freedom of religion, said Allison Gill, vice president for legal and policy. The government should never fund businesses that justify discrimination based on religious beliefs, and American taxpayers should never be forced to be complicit in discrimination. Finally, atheists, LGBTQ people, women, and religious minorities will see these important protections restored, said Nick Fish, president of American Atheists. Let me be clear, the people who will be complaining about this change do not care about religious freedom. They only care about how they can use religion as a weapon against people different from them. I think that's a pretty good summary of how, quote unquote, religious liberty legislation and executive orders are carried out by Republicans here in the States. Going to check out the chat before doing the halftime tummy rub show. 11th upvote. Congratulations. Thank you, bigzebra.com. Evangel kills. Ultimately, yes, indeed. Let's see. Is there anything else here in the chat that I have to talk about? Anything? Okay. So I need more microphone. Microphone says thank you. Good. We have a microphone. You have a fan. Maybe you should just do the whole show without me, microphone. Right? Microphone should just do the whole show. It'd be very quiet, I think. I think it might be very quiet. Let's do the halftime tummy rub show. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, for hitting the like button, for subscribing to the channel. If you got a couple of shekels, you've got a couple of pennies, a couple of dollars, you can always contribute via Venmo or PayPal. Links are in the description. And of course, there are no ads on the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. Let's do something funny. Let's do something maybe, possibly feline related.
Here's my cat doing nothing. My cat doing nothing at all. Here's my cat doing nothing, just thought that everyone should see.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. All right. So, hey, just to let you know, we do the after party after show for humanists, progressives, atheists. If you want to pop on the panel, the link to be on the panel is in the description below, everyone. All right, I hit the wrong button. I was out. Now I'm back. Here I am. What has big eyes but no mouth but the microphone? That's right. No mouth. No, well, maybe this is the mouth right here. I mean, oh, did I just do that? I'm sorry. Maybe this is the mouth right here. I don't know. Let's do the next story. Getting distracted like I do. You want to talk about freedom? Let's talk about fascists some more, everyone. This gentleman. Let's play a game. Why is this fascist? Why is this person in Belarus? Now, if you've already looked at the description, and clicked on the story, you probably already know. But we'll take 5 points to whoever can guess why this guy, this American, is now in Belarus. 5 points to whoever gets the right answer. I'm gonna check out the chat, see if anyone knows. What did the cat have? Okay. The mic gave Andy the side eye. All right. So we're going to keep moving here. I don't know if anyone knows why this guy fled. He not only is in Belarus, but he is asking for asylum in Belarus too. All right. And the answer is, what is a capital? What is a January 6th rioter fleeing the United States of America? Here we go. Goodbye, America. A California man who allegedly took part in the January 6th Capitol riot is seeking asylum in Belarus. Evan Newman, wanted for attacking a police officer and entering the Capitol during the insurrection, told a Belarusian state-run TV news channel that he crossed through snake-infested swamps and forests from the Ukraine. Yes, everyone. He attacked a police officer on January 6th, entered the Capitol building, and not only did he flee from the United States of America, but he felt that the Ukraine was not a safe enough place for him, and so he decided to go pretty much into what is Belarus the last European country to officially have a dictator? Well, you know, Russia is a European country too, so there are arguably two countries in Europe that have official dictators. A California man who allegedly joined the mob that attacked the Capitol on January 6th over what they falsely believed was a stolen election is wanted by the FBI, has fled the country, and is seeking asylum in authoritarian Belarus. If you don't know where Belarus is, here is Poland, here is Russia, the Russian Federation, and Belarus is like this little, it's like the meat in the sandwich there. That's where Belarus is. But most of you know where Belarus is, right? Evan Newman, 48, was charged in March with 6 crimes related to the insurrection, including 2 felonies for assaulting an officer and participating in civil disorder. He told the state-controlled Belarus 1 news channel on November 7th that his lawyer had advised him to flee to Europe. He called the charges against him unfounded and claimed they amount to political persecution. No, Evan, Mr. Newman, it is not political persecution. It's the fact that you physically attacked someone and you attempted to overthrow the government of the United States of America. You attempted to overthrow, to get rid of a fair election. Those were the things you were trying to do. This is not political persecution. These are consequences for your actions, sir. Belarus, surprise, surprise, Belarus does not have an extradition treaty with the United States, and tensions between the countries have frayed significantly since Washington and much of the world deemed the presidential elections in August 2020 to be rigged. Alexander Lukashenko, known as Europe's last dictator, once again, I disagree with that because Russia is in Europe. So I would say that it is Putin and Lukashenko are two dictators in Europe. And I know we can argue about this, everyone. We can get into the weeds about Hungary, but we're not going to do that. Has ruled Alexander Lukashenko, known as Europe's last dictator, has ruled the country with an iron fist for more than 2 decades. He claims to have won the election, although evidence shows he likely lost a challenge against Svetlana. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. Sorry, Svetlana. Federal prosecutors brought charges against Newman under seal in late March. It's been common for the Justice Department to do this in capital right cases until they arrest a defendant, citing concerns about suspects trying to destroy evidence and putting police in danger. There have been other January 6th rioters who attempted to flee the country, but they were stopped by police. But wily Evan Newman was able to escape. He got into Ukraine and thought perhaps the law was closing in on him, and that's when he crossed into Belarus. Checking out the chat. Oh, hey, 420 Atheist, thank you very much. A shekel for the microphone and co-host. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Big Zebra. He also went to Belarus for their free pegging policy. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, it's an interesting point, Black Female Atheist. He is the beginning of a white man caravan fleeing to Belarus from America. Yeah, it would be a shame if a lot of fascists just suddenly left the States and ended up in Belarus. There should be a GoFundMe campaign. And hear me out, everyone. Hear me out. I would contribute to this GoFundMe campaign. If you're one of the January 6th Capitol rioters, and if you want to flee to Belarus, you only have to, I would contribute money for this, for their plane ticket to go to Belarus, as long as they gave up American citizenship and would not be able to come back into this country ever again. If there was some legal way of doing that, I would contribute to that fund so that they would just go to the country, go to Belarus and never come back. But maybe that's cruel and unusual punishment for the people of Belarus too. All right. What's up, Holly Olson? That's right. Evan Newman has to pick up on, has to learn some fascism firsthand. Well, that's interesting, Blazing Wizard Pope. Ukraine and Belarus borders are mostly the zone around Chernobyl. Maybe you got some Chernobyl love. Let's see. All right. I think that covers everything in the chat. You would contribute too, Holly. Very good. There's 2 contributors right now for this policy, for this GoFundMe campaign that would send people to Belarus who are on the Capitol rioters. What's up? Theoretically. All right. So we're heading down to the end of the show, everyone. We covered so many things. What did we cover? I just like showing this picture of Big Bird standing off against Ted Cruz. We covered Ted Cruz and the Republicans ganging up on Big Bird. Why? Public health, Big Bird trying to do good in the world, Big Bird, the Muppet trying to keep kids healthy. Apparently, Republicans aren't in favor of that. We covered this January 6th rioter fleeing to Belarus because he was going to get arrested by the feds. And of course, a little bit of sunshine. We covered the Biden administration attacking white. No, I can't say white because it's all religious privilege there, because anyone can be a bigot, right? Anyone can. But the Biden administration did do something important in terms of curbing theocracy here in the United States of America. Good job, Joe Biden. All right, gonna check out the chat. Hey, member for 18 months, Blazing for 8 months. Hey, congratulations, Blazing Wizard Pope, for being a member, YouTube member for 8 months. Thank you very much. Yeah, Belarus is at the edge of being a full dictatorship. Yeah, true that, Theo. True that. Okay. So what are we going to do? I'm going to throw another funny video down. I'm going to throw the thank you video for YouTube members and patrons, and then I'll see you at 9:30 at the after party after show. Take care, everyone.